Hello, hello. Is it working? Okay. So, I made us a simple tunneler. Okay. Forgive me that we are on 1.21, but that doesn't matter. The order, the logic, everything's the same. So we have our button there. The button turns the back booster and turns the front booster. 4 redstone ticks later, plus 1. We have the power on repeaters, and we have the tunneler on comparators, because it's common sense that comparators are handled later. So basically right now, let's see how many we have. We have 60 TNT power. So TNTs 1 to 60 are the back ones, and then we have TNTs 61 to 37, right? Yeah, 61 to 37 are the front ones. So TNT 61 to 37 are the projectiles, pretty much, are our tunneler. Okay, so basically it compresses both to there, and then the fire straight, it's really shit. There is a friction. Friction is basically when TNT is fired against ground, so it loses more velocity than it should. It's even worse. But yeah, it fires and the all TNT explodes here. You see? Everything explodes here on the same exact block. There is no swinging like there is right there. Which I broke the block, I don't know why. No, I mean, there won't be swing because I changed ticks. But if we add a bit of delay... Oh, frick, I added TNT as well. Okay, so if we add a bit of delay, so now there will be swinging, just like that guy. You see, there's swinging. And if I fire that guy, there is also not swinging, because swinging is when it happens on the wall. Okay, but we can see that's the first TNT, and we lost the track of the rest. But yeah, I mean, if we remove a couple blocks, let's make it 3 instead of 7, it will be probably easier to see. Yeah, we had 1, and then I'd assume that's 2 and that's 3. Because that guy was closest, so it got affected further away. And then... Yeah, but that guy was also affected by that guy. So they were like really close right there. And that guy applied velocity to that guy, so they exploded here. It was really close to the spawn position. It was like a bit to my right side. Yeah, you see, it was a bit to the right side while that guy's on the center. But yeah, I'm just going over that stuff. Hey, I'm just going over that stuff because everything on Minecraft, on Cannoning, it's all due to the same concept, okay? People, I mean, there's a bunch of names for the same thing. I know it's confusing. Like I told you, we can see order there, but some people call order of entities. But redstones also apply to order, because that's just how the tick loop works on the game. And then there's also man, like everything's the same thing. Okay, just like uh if you were to ask me for like um I don't know the best word, but if you were to ask me about like what's the most important thing for you to get on your mind, I'd say is to like forget I know I have like some mannerism, okay? Like for example, on our Discord, I said like 100 first, but on the same tick. That's also, I mean, that's not wrong. Okay, 100 first on the same tick is not wrong. But you will see that a lot. You wanna know another thing that people still are like, it's fixed on their heads? It is freaking subticks, okay? Like, and it's really easy, because like even Crystal makes it wrong, at least unless they fixed it. I think they fixed it. But like, for example, let's suppose I get my tick counter. Yeah, you see, like I got let me clear it, okay? So we got the piston, right? A piston with a block of redstone. If I tick count it, it says 1.25 redstone ticks, but 1.25 redstone ticks doesn't exist. That's a lie, okay? 1.25 redstone ticks does not exist, okay? There's only one headstone tick or one game tick, or 1.5 redstone tick. That's very much 3 game ticks, or 1.5. You got it. One redstone tick and one game tick. But 1.25 is one thing that doesn't exist. And when like I saw a couple of times people will build like build a cannon that has a lot of redstone, pistons. Yeah, that has a lot of pistons with redstone blocks, slime blocks, whatever. And they used to count, and eventually they will get the wrong number because it's summing 1.25, but 1.25 doesn't exist. Okay, for example, let's say we have repeaters in between our pistons. Okay, that's the most common one. Okay, if we had these two guys together and then we had a repeater, that will be 1 plus 1.5, so 2.5, 3.5, right? But if we have these guys that way, it still shows 3.5, but that's not 3.5 anymore. That's 1, 2, 3. There is no 0.5 here because the 0.5 happens when a piston with a redstone block powers another piston with a redstone block, or just another piston in general. It could be that way. That would also give us a game tick delay. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is a piston with a redstone block powering another piston. What that piston does with that pulse, it doesn't matter. But if it gives us a redstone pulse somewhere, then it will be game ticked. Okay. Yeah, that's a one common knowledge, one common misknowledge. But I'm going far beyond what I wanted to say, what I wanted to show. Anyway, let's go back to tunneling then, okay? And sorry, cause I'm that way, bro. I lose focus and go over not over other stuff. So yeah, let's add a bunch of blocks here, okay? It won't explode that far cause we already know the end of the game tick, the end of travels here. But let's fire it regardless. Okay. So if we fire the cannon, it's a tunneler, okay? So all the projectile is handled on the same tick as power, but on a later order. So it's handled later than power. So all power explodes. Okay, wait. So let's picture that properly, okay? So our 60 TNTs explode, okay? The 61s are gone. They all exploded and they all added velocity to our projectile. But let's picture that way. But the projectile didn't move yet, okay? The projectile is all stuck on that block. Let's say it, okay? What basically happens is, what's the number again? It's 37, right? The first one's 37. Yeah, no, 6. Oh my god, I made it wrong. I just realized. So it goes from 61 to 98. Yeah, from 61 to 98. Okay, sorry. So from 61 to 98. The 61th TNT, it will say, oh, I got hit by 60 TNTs on the back. So the velocity from 60 TNTs was applied to that 61 TNT, okay? And then it goes forward. It hits the wall and it explodes a block. And then we have our 62th TNT. The 62th TNT also notice, oh, I got velocity applied by 60 TNT on my back, so the power, and it's applied there. So instead of being there because there was a block, Now there's no block because the first TNT exploded. So the next TNT will explode here and get rid of another block. And the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so on. Okay? So let's fire that guy. You see that the first explosion actually happens outside of the stone block. You see, it happens here. It doesn't happen there. It happens there. It happens on the dry. Okay? It happens before the block. Now let's change it to dirt. Why dirt? Because every block on that game has different blast resistance. Okay, so if with stone we used 1 TNT per block, with dirt we use less than 1 TNT per block. So we have a more spaced explosions. You see, now we have a 2 block gap between explosions, but our range is the same because the limiting factor on that specific cannon is not the amount of tunneler, the amount of TNT hand later, the amount of projectile. It's the amount of velocity applied by the power. Okay, that's the limiting factor on the cannon. I will for sure be wrong. I'm unsure, but if we break those blocks, it might go a bit further. Oh, I fucked up the booster, bro. Okay. No, it won't go any further because it's one game tick, right? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it won't go any further. But yeah. So the limiting factor here is the amount of velocity applied by power. Okay. That's it. Okay. So tunneling happens that way. Each one of the TNTs, they move individually, and they explode on the same tick, creating more space for the next TNT. So when we add a bunch of blocks and we fire, it just disappears. It all happens on like a blink of an eye, okay? But on the depths of the game, it's happening sequentially, okay? That's the word. It's happened in order, following a quick kill, whatever that word. And it all happens sequentially, okay? That's the deal. Okay, I'll stop before I keep going. It's already 12 minutes, bro. I can't make a short video.